Chris Allingham with the Virtual Weber Bullet. Good morning. It's just after 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I've been up most of the night barbecuing a couple of pork butts in my Smoky Mountain Cooker. I'm doing something different today that I've never done before. I'm cooking the pork butts untrimmed with the fat side down over direct heat. No water pan, nothing between the fire and the pork butts. I've been of the school that you trim your pork butts quite well, take off the fat cap, take off the false cap, that thin piece of meat in between, get right down to the meat of the matter, put your rub on there directly, get a lot of good dark bark on there. But you know, I know a lot of you guys are cooking pork butts untrimmed, and some of you are doing it fat side down, and even fewer of you are doing it with no water pan in place with direct heat. So I thought I'd give it a try. I was inspired to do it after I watched Chris Lilly give a presentation, and he talked about cooking pork butts fat side down in his smokers, which are not Smoky Mountain Cookers, of course, but I thought, hey, it'd be worth a try. So that's what I'm doing today. It's been a nice night for cooking. It was 46 degrees overnight. There was no wind. Smoky Mountain Cooker has been chugging away all night long, somewhere between 250 and 290 or so. So right now it's settled in at about 276. I'm very happy with that. It's been cooking for, I guess, about 7 hours and 15 minutes now. So things are looking good. Let me take you over to the cooker and show you how those pork butts look right now. So just a quick peek at these pork butts. I got a smaller one on the left, a larger one on the right. These were about 16 pounds total weight before I put them in the cooker. I have been spritzing them with water about every hour throughout the night, and I've turned the grate about a quarter turn every hour, just in case there's any hot spots down there. I want to make sure that I don't keep it left over a hot spot the entire night. And it looks like my natural built-in pop-up thermometer is starting to pop out. They're not quite loose yet, but they're going to be there soon. So another few hours and this pork will be done. So let's temp these pork butts. They're temping over 200 degrees. This is the larger one that was on the right. 204, 205, 206. Plenty done for my taste. We'll check the smaller one. Temps are even a little higher. 204, 206, 207. Temp in a couple of places. It's looking good. We're going to pull these off, and here's my pop-up thermometer. It's looking really good. It'll come right out. So now I'm gloving up. These are cotton work gloves. I put those on, and then I put a disposable nitro glove over the top. That's my go-to glove routine for pulling pork. Here is the larger, I think the larger of those pork butts. I'm going to pull the blade bone out, pull the meat off there, set that aside. And here's a close-up, or a closer shot at least, of how clean that blade bone is. Perfection. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull this into the major muscles and clean up any fat and gristle and junk that's in there I don't like. Now here's the bottom of the piece of meat that was facing down to the fire. Let's listen to this. Hard as a rock. I made the mistake of chopping that up into little pieces and mixing it into my pulled pork. It didn't taste that great, so I wouldn't recommend you use that if that happens to you. But here I'm going through each of the muscles and I'm pulling off fat and any kind of weird unidentifiable stuff that's in there. I know that, in a restaurant they just grind all this up and you eat it all, but I have the time and the inclination to go through piece by piece and pull off anything weird that I don't like the looks of. Now I'm breaking that down into shreds, pulling the pork by hand, piece by piece. Now I'm going to hit it with a little bit of Big Papa Smoker's Happy Ending barbecue rub. Take a little taste, a little more Happy Endings here, mix it in. Now hit it with some barbecue sauce just for a little bit of moisture. I don't remember what kind of sauce I used. I'm recording this narration after the fact. A little more sauce, a little more mix in. And we will get a beauty shot here of the finished result. You can see it's nicely seasoned, but it's not wet, it's not damp, just nicely moistened with some sauce and a little bit extra barbecue rub at the end. Now, this was enjoyed in lots of different ways, including on a beautiful pork sandwich with a little bit of additional sauce and a toasted buttered bun. I want one right now. That other butt, it met its fate in the KitchenAid blender. I put it in there and essentially ground it up into chopped pork in 2 big containers that you can see here. Now here's the remnants in the Smoky Mountain Cooker after taking those pork butts off. You see that there's a little bit of fire in the bottom coming from the grease off those pork butts, a little bit of stuck fat on the grate. Down here at the charcoal grate level, a little bit of stuck grease and stuff on the grate, including over on the charcoal ring. And take out the ashes, and you can see there's a mixture of ash and grease at the bottom here, but it easily brushes out, cleans up. Not a problem. I was afraid there might be a big pool of grease down here, but that was not the case. And the ashes just soaked it up, and my bowl was pretty clean. So I'm pretty happy with cooking pork butts untrimmed over direct heat. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. If you want more details about pork butt cooked untrimmed over direct heat in the Weber Smokey Mountain Cooker, check out the full article at the Virtual Weber Bullet website. You'll find a link to that in the description of this video. I appreciate you very much. Please like and subscribe to my videos. It helps other people find them. Until next time, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.